Today, we're diving into a story about a high-tech gold rush, but it's happening in a place you would probably never, ever expect.
So, when I say global tech frontier, what pops into your head? Silicon Valley, right? Maybe Shenzhen, or one of the new hubs in Europe. But what if I told you the next huge opportunity for high-value hardware engineering isn't in any of those places?
We're talking about Mbeya, a city in the Southern Highlands of Tanzania. I know, it sounds unlikely, but it's quietly becoming this incredible launchpad for some of the most profitable opportunities in the entire tech world. So let's break down exactly how that's even possible.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll get why Mbeya is Africa's new tech frontier. Then, we'll see how tech is giving its core industries a major upgrade. After that, we'll hit the circular economy advantage, talk about earning a truly global salary from there, and finally, we'll wrap up with the Mbeya blueprint, the actual plan to make all this a reality.
Okay, let's jump in. Section 1, Africa's new tech frontier. Now, to really get this, you have to understand what Mbeya is all about. And here's the thing, it's not a tech city, at least not yet. It's something maybe even more important, a critical economic engine for a massive part of Africa.
The real secret sauce here is Mbeya's location and its economy. It's famously known as Tanzania's breadbasket because it produces a ton of maize, rice, coffee, you name it. But, and this is crucial, it's also a vital gateway connecting Tanzania to its neighbors like Zambia, Malawi, and the DRC. You've got this perfect storm of agriculture and logistics just waiting for a tech upgrade.
And that leads us perfectly into our second section, upgrading core industries. This is where the first layer of real opportunities starts to show up. We're talking about applying seriously sophisticated hardware to solve some very expensive, on-the-ground problems in Mbeya's biggest sectors.
Just listen to this because it says it all. The scale of the problem in the local mining industry is just massive. When a critical piece of industrial electronics fails, we're talking about things like programmable logic controllers, or PLCs, and variable frequency drives, VFDs. The whole operation just stops. It grinds to a halt, and every single hour that machinery is silent, it's costing the company an absolute fortune. And right there, that's the golden opportunity. See, normally you'd have to ship that broken Siemens PLC or that ABB drive all the way back to Europe and just wait for weeks. But what if a local expert could perform component-level repairs right there? Mining companies will pay a huge premium to get back online fast. You're basically turning their biggest headache into your most profitable service.
And you can apply the exact same logic to Mbeya's bread and butter, farming. This slide really lays out the before and after. On one side, you have traditional farming. On the other, you bring in the Internet of Things, or IoT. All of a sudden, with sensors in the ground giving you real-time data, you can slash water use by up to 40% and cut fertilizer costs by 30%. For high-value export crops like coffee and avocados, this isn't just a small improvement, it is a complete game-changer. And let's not forget about logistics. Mbeya is a massive hub for long-haul trucking. So imagine offering ECU tuning that boosts a diesel engine's fuel efficiency by 10 or 15%. For a whole fleet, that's an enormous saving. Then you add in solutions for fuel theft, a major regional issue, and cold chain monitoring to make sure those avocados meet strict European export standards. You've got a whole suite of absolutely essential hardware services.
Okay, this leads us to our third big idea, the circular economy advantage. The opportunity here isn't just about shiny new tech. It's also about breathing new life into older hardware and rescuing the priceless data that's stored on it. Let's just walk through this process. Big organizations are constantly upgrading their IT equipment. So, a smart business can scoop up this decommissioned enterprise-grade hardware, pop in some upgrades like super-fast SSDs, run it through some crazy rigorous testing, and then resell it as certified like new with a full warranty. In a market where new high-performance gear is super expensive, this is a killer business model.
Now, what happens when that hardware fails? And in an environment with serious heat, humidity, and an unreliable power grid, believe me, it fails often. And this is where things get incredibly high stakes. This chart shows the kind of fees you can charge for professional data recovery. Recovering the data from a failed enterprise server can command over $5,000. These are highly specialized skills that are extremely rare, making it a very, very lucrative niche.
This brings us to what might be the most powerful part of this whole story, Section 4, earning a global salary. So far, we've focused on local opportunities. But what if you could compete in the global market, right from the Southern Highlands of Tanzania?
The key concept here is something called geographic arbitrage.
It's a simple but profound idea. You earn a Silicon Valley salary, but you pay Mbeya living costs. That huge difference in the middle goes straight into your pocket. And thanks to new infrastructure, this is no longer some pipe dream, it's a reality.
Just look at these numbers. And to be clear, these are not local salaries. These are global, remote salaries for highly specialized hardware engineers. A senior firmware engineer can make over $200,000. An FPGA designer can earn even more. These are world-class incomes, and they are accessible from Mbeya. Let that one sink in. $275,000. That's the high-end salary for a remote printed circuit board layout specialist. This isn't just a good living. This is life-changing money earned on the global stage.
So how is all of this even possible? Well, let's look at the final piece of the puzzle in our fifth and final section, the Mbeya blueprint. This isn't just a theory. There's a practical, government-backed roadmap to make it all happen.
The government is actively encouraging this kind of business. The Tanzania Investment Center offers some absolutely incredible incentives for hardware assembly and manufacturing. The biggest one? A 10-year corporate tax holiday. That's a whole decade of building your business and reinvesting your profits completely tax-free.
And these incentives are structured to promote local industry. This chart shows exactly why. If you import raw electronic components, you pay 0% duty. But if you import a finished product, you could be paying up to a 35% tax. The message is crystal clear. Build it in Tanzania.
And the crucial point here is that the foundational pillars are now in place. High-speed internet is now a reality thanks to Starlink and fiber. Unreliable power can be solved with solar and battery systems. And the skills gap, that can be closed by building in-house training programs. All the pieces are on the board. This combination of factors is what transforms Mbeya from a simple agricultural hub into the nascent digital highlands of East Africa. And what's happening here isn't just a local story. It's a potential model for how other overlooked economic hubs can leapfrog their way into the global tech economy.
So the strategy is there, the tools are available, and the market is definitely waiting. We've just laid out the blueprint. The only question that's left is, who are the pioneers that are going to build the future in these digital highlands?